Folks, what's up? This is Michael yet once again in the wee hours of the night on the graveyard shift with your daily trivia question. And I'm excited. I'm excited because we had a holiday weekend, had an extra day off, had a little rest and relaxation. But I'm more excited about the fact that it's the unofficial start of summer. And what better way to kick it off, folks? We're going to have like 90-degree weather. This is the stuff I've been waiting for. Flip-flops, T-shirts, trips to the beach, hot weather. Ice cold beer. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to get too carried away because we still got the whole week. But you know what I'm saying. So let's get back to the grind. So the answer to the previous trivia question was none other than Mr. Evel Knievel. God, what a great American character this guy. I'm telling you. Robert Evel Knievel was an American stunt performer and entertainer, famous for his daredevil ramp-to-ramp motorcycle jumps. That's what this guy did. That was his spiel. That was his shtick. He had over 75 of these performances, most of which wound up being televised. Now, after a stint in the military, a little bit of history here, Knievel kicked around at odd jobs, couldn't really find anything that stuck. He eventually wound up working at a motorcycle shop where he learned to do wheelies and ride while standing up, kind of learned to do some tricks and so forth. From there, he began jumping over things as a thrill, and the rest, as I like to say, is absolute history. He would do his own promoting, and he became quite the manipulative salesman, using some tricky techniques to get people to his show. He would serve as the promoter, as the grand master, if you will. He did it all, and he would make some kind of manipulative marketing phone calls where he would disguise his voice as different people, but he was all one and the same. He began to gain exposure for his jumping performances, and as they became more dangerous, they began to be televised, the first of which was in California back in 1967 on a show called ABC's Wide World of Sports. That was the focus of the trivia question. I'm not even sure Wide World of Sports is on TV anymore, but it was a cool Sunday show. He would also go on to become famous for his wipeouts, most notably what would become known as the Caesars Palace fountain crash, where he suffered a crushed pelvis and femur, fracture to his hips, wrist, both ankles, and a concussion. Folks, if you have never watched this motorcycle jump and this wipeout, just all I can say is just watch it. It's type in to YouTube Caesars Palace, Evel Knievel, wipeout, crash. Type those words in and just watch. It's the most brutal thing you have ever seen. It's probably the most filmed wipeout ever, but it's really, really brutal. And he became just as famous for his successful jumps as he did for his wipeouts. And this was one of his most famous. At his peak, he was earning approximately $25,000 per performance, which is amazing money in the late 60s into the 70s, making successful jumps almost weekly, selling out stadiums, and branding himself very successfully. In his flamboyant, USA decorated outfit, this guy became quite the character, and he knew what he was doing when it came to branding. I remember like action figures, toy motorcycles you could get. It was pretty cool stuff. They were collector's items back in the day. I remember bugging my dad for some Evel Knievel stuff. His biggest jump, I'm using air quotes there of sorts, was a rocket ship type of powered shuttle that would shoot him across Snake River Canyon in Idaho. There was a huge marketing build-up to this. It was supposed to be the biggest thing. This was botched, however, when his parachute deployed upon takeoff. But it drew huge crowds in person and on TV, and it put him on the map even more, quite frankly. So a couple of geek factoids. Evel Knievel was inducted into the Motorcycle Hall of Fame in 1999. He died in 2007, I think, of pulmonary disease. It was rumored that he had broken every bone in his body at one point in time during his career as a daredevil, and his story has been documented many times over. I think they even did like a Broadway story of it, but I think one of the streaming networks had a pretty cool documentary on him recently. So that's Evel Knievel. Great American piece of history right there. All right, folks, let's get back to the grind. Put both feet on the ground. Let's start this week off. Brand new trivia question for the last day of the month, May 31st, on this day in 2005. After more than 30 years of speculation, the identity of the source who helped Washington Post reporters Woodward and Bernstein unravel Watergate scandal was finally revealed. And this person went by this top secret code name. Good luck, folks. Have a good week. Get ready for summer. Thanks for all you do. Peace out.